not meditating, dude. I'm fucking enjoying music. It's so good. Like, the pleasure of Pink Floyd on vinyl, Dark Side of the Moon, whenever I want, is amazing, and I enjoy it often. It's a pleasure. I think this is particularly a great album. So, yeah. Hey guys. Hey guys, it's been a while. I've been resting up. Ugh. Christmas, right? Am I right? Christmas. Christmas wasn't too bad. It kind of went pretty straight for me. I didn't go home. I didn't visit anybody. I just stayed here. It was really chill. We actually had a pretty good Christmas. I had a really great Christmas this year. It was very pleasant and just chill and easy and good. And then the days like in between Christmas and New Year's, like, what is that time? Like, that's like a no man's land. That's like, I don't know. You just feel like you're dead. You just feel like you're a dead person, and everybody's just drinking and just like it's such a mess that time of year. And then there's New Year's. And I mean, I did a New Year's Eve special, so I did work. I did produce some content. And we talked about all the movies of December that I haven't been able to talk about because we've been working on other shit and just breaking. Like, I can't work at this speed like all year. Like, I can't. Nobody can, and I just need after doing this for 5 years, I need December and January to just chill. And kind of regroup. But we did I don't know, I didn't have anywhere else or anything else to do for New Year's. I didn't have any cool, like, offers that I was like, everything just was like, no, I don't want to go out. I don't want to fucking do this. So I was like 4 days ahead of time. I was like, well, why don't we just do a New Year's specialty? And he was like, okay. And so we kind of figured out how we were going to do this live situation. And it took like 3 days to produce. Well, it's like the day that I got it, and then we talked about it. And then after we decided to do it, we had to shoot some stuff. So we had a shooting day, and then he had to edit a bunch of stuff, which is edit day, and then we had to air it, which is air day, and then you have to do all the live stuff. So it was like 4 days, but it was fun, and like we really hadn't been doing anything else, so it was like, up to the challenge. So I was really happy with how it turned out. I'm interested in doing another one at some point, another year, perhaps. We'll see what the future holds. If I make it, Lord willing, So now, actually, as of like yesterday, the Watchmen boxes are officially packing and shipping. That was huge for me. That's what I've been working on all of December, where I was like, oh, you haven't been talking about all these movies. And it's like, dude, I'm doing a huge logistics thing, and I'm like working with like 3 other people on this, and it's like, it takes a lot of my concentration, and I'm so fucking drained as it is. Like, it's like, this is all I got. Like, this is all I got left, guys. Like, I can't do it all. I'm not fucking Wonder Woman. I'm a human being. I'm a mere mortal, unfortunately. I wish I was a goddess. I wish I was a goddess too, but I'm not. So I gotta I have these mortal constraints, and I have to chill out. And so I chilled out for a while and worked on Watchmen box stuff, but got that all together. It was a little later than I wanted it to be, but we're still on time. Everything's still like super solid. I'm really happy. It's the second time I've done this, second time I've worked with Tracy at PB&J Fulfillment. They've been doing my distribution. They're great. They're like right up in Pacoima, so it's like, it's a drive. It's like 20-minute drive or more, but in LA, it's like, it's not bad. It's fine. So yeah, so I'm really excited. In fact, I had Tyson and I had dinner with Matthew Skiff, who's the illustrator who illustrated all of our Watchmen box stuff, and we're working on more merch stuff with him. Like, he's gonna be working on our Dune shirt, our Litany of Fear Dune shirt. Oh, I'm so fucking stoked. He's gonna fucking design that, and he's gonna design some other stuff for us. So I'm really super ecstatic to have him on board as like an illustrator. I love being his client. Like, I love being his client. I was like, please let me be your client. So yeah, we had a great dinner, and you know, we high-fived over the success of Watchmen Club, and I brought him all the goodies. Like, I was like, these are all the things that you designed. So here is all the merch that you designed in the physical that we have made happen, and check it out. So here's some for yourself. Share it with your friends. So that was really cool. And now, okay, so if you watch my New Year's special, then you know that I was saying that I want to do a Dr. Manhattan cosplay. Preferably this, you know, maybe at the end of Watchmen Club. So maybe March, April. And that would require me to actually get in shape, because I have not been working out or like doing anything like that for a while. I haven't been doing any of that. It's a wake up call. Thanks, Pink Floyd. That I have to get my ass in gear. And so I bought one of those class passes. And so I'm just going to try a bunch of different studios this month. And I got like a discount first time thing. So I'm going to like try some studios, see what I like, and then see what I want to, if there's anything I want to commit to. Or I could continue to do class pass and just try a bunch of different things constantly. Maybe I want to try different things constantly. But class pass is where it's super stupid how it works, and it's like kind of buggy. Like it's a little tarded, but it's workable, and like you have these point system, whatever, and like you just book classes at like all these different studios. Like you go to a Pilates class. Like today I went to a yoga class, and I did a back yoga class, which was good because my back's always fucking killing me. And then tomorrow I'm gonna try up flying yoga, where I'm up in like a sash, like hanging and shit. So I've never done that before, so I'm gonna do that. I've got like a ballet pole dancing thing like on Tuesday. Although Monday I'm scheduling some time for myself. I'm gonna go with my friend Steven, aka Bitch Puddin'. She's on Dragula right now, Boulet Brothers Dragula. We're gonna go to a museum, I think. We're gonna go enjoy some art. We both went to SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. We've bonded over our SCADness, and we're gonna go experience some art together, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, and then also, so the other thing that I've been up to, because I know you guys, I feel, and maybe this is just me being projecting and being crazy, but I feel like people on the internet are like, she hasn't been posting any videos, she must not be doing anything, she just lays around all day, and like, she's a bum, and like, fuck her. And like, most of you probably don't feel that way, but again, it's like me being a crazy person. But like, God, I've been up to so much stuff, like, you don't even know. Like, the other thing that I'm doing, like, besides doing all this Watchmen box stuff, and trying to recuperate, like, that's a whole job in itself, trying to recuperate, and I have to work and recuperate at the same time. It's stupid. And then also I'm like, so Chris Stuckman is putting together something, an anime, essential anime thing, like a book, and I talked to him this year. He asked me if I would be a contributor, because he's looking for people to contribute and write entries for it, because it's supposed to be like really big, right? And so I said that I would. And I was like, I'll do it. And it's kind of like it's like I'm not really being paid for this, whatever. It's like I'm doing it to just, you know, as kind of my charity. You know, it's like it's my intellectual charity for the world. I'm going to write about these fucking things, and some people will read them, and maybe it'll help them. So, but like, because I've been doing so much with like, over the past few months, being Dune Club, and then selling Watchmen Club, and then getting it all going, and getting all the stuff and shipping it out, and then, you know, we still did the Thor review, and the fucking New Year's Eve special, like, all this shit. I just, like, I'm behind on doing it, but today, and yesterday, and the day before, like, I've really been crunching on it, and, I'm writing 2, maybe 3 articles, and they're 1,000 to 1,500 words. And one of them is on Revolutionary Girl Utena, which is my favorite anime. And one of them is on Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is, I think, they're total counterpoints to one another. Like, I feel like if you write Utena, you should also write Evangelion, because of, I mean, and I guess most people wouldn't see it that way, because most people haven't seen fucking Utena, but, But it's great. It's like they're so perfectly balanced, and like the two directors knew each other and are fucking friends. Like Ano and like Ikuhara are totally friends, okay? And Ano made Evangelion first, and like for him it's very personal. There's a lot of his own, he like struggles with depression. It's a lot about like depression, like male depression. It's like and it's also a deconstructivist giant mecha anime that's also a surrealist tale about adolescence and finding meaning in your purpose, you know, and like, I mean, some existential crisis shit. And then, so the thing is, Ano's like a hermit, and like he doesn't give a fuck, and he's just like, you know, like he's really introverted. But like he's friends with this other director, animator named Ikuhara. And Ikuhara, I think maybe they met working on Sailor Moon, or I'm not sure where they met, but like Ikuhara was working on Sailor Moon, and like Ikuhara's crazy. Like Ikuhara's like me. Like me and Ikuhara like vibe like a motherfucker. Like I know this bitch. Like I see you, bitch. He was like, he didn't have enough creative control, you know, in Sailor Moon, and he got pissed off about a bunch of stuff, and he's like, fuck this, like, I'm the director, like, I want to be able to fucking do what I want to do, I have my fucking creative vision here, like, what the fuck, you know, like, so after, like, he left Sailor Moon, he was, like, so pissed by working for the man that he got together with 4 other people, like, brought a group together, and they named themselves B Papas. And in it, you have Chio Saito, who is a manga artist. And she drew the manga for Utena. It's called Utena, but I'm just saying Utena because I'm from Alabama and I'm a fucking asshole. So just everyone who's anime people, just bear with me. You have the manga artist. You have a writer who wrote Evangelion. Actually, the man who was a writer on Evangelion was also a writer on Revolutionary Girl Utena. I don't think a lot of people know this shit. And then there was like an animator who also did some stuff for both of them, and like I can't remember the other guy's name. So it was a whole thing. It was like you got all these people together, and together these men and women created this property. They created Revolutionary Girl Utena, and they simultaneously made a manga, and they were working on the animation and doing the show. I think that the manga ended before the show was done airing. And so there was like a little bit of that going on because the manga's not as long. And they did this in like I don't know, is it like 96 to like 97 or something like that? I think the show came out, and it won awards in Japan. It like did very well. Like it was fucking, like it was praised. And like what Revolutionary Girl Utena is like Evangelion. It is a deconstructivist magical girl genre, surrealist coming of age tale, but for girls. You know, it's like Eva is for boys and Utena is for girls. But I mean, it's for everybody. Either one, you can get so much from either one. But they just show like these two different, I don't know, one's very Bishoujo and one's very Bishonen. And in Japanese culture, that's very much a thing. I mean, there's words for like, we make this stuff for girls. These are the comics and cartoons we make for girls. These are the comics and cartoons we make for guys, like boys, you know, like they have this. So these two are kind of like the perfect counterbalances of each other. And, like, I don't know, like, I started with Sailor Moon, I started with Dragon Ball Z, so I did both. I'm a two-spirit. I feel like I, am very comfortable with my masculine side. I've always had a very strong masculine side. But I'm also comfortable with my feminine side. I also like dressing up, and I like doing girl shit, too. So it's like, I feel like I have a really good balance between both sides of myself. And, so I like both. I swing both ways. I was like, Sailor Moon, yes. Dragon Ball Z, yes. And then, but with Sailor Moon, like, I didn't ever feel like I really, like, connected with any of the characters. Like, I didn't, because I didn't have a lot of friends that were girls, you know. I was very much a tomboy. I hung out with boys. I was on the boys soccer team. You know, I was reading comic books. I was talking about I was like talking about X-Men, collecting X-Men cards. Like, I was, you know, and I tried fencing. I did track and field, like all sorts of stuff. So I don't know, Sailor Moon and I, like, it was good. I liked it, but it was a gateway. It wasn't like the end, you know, it wasn't the end for me. And then somehow I found Utena, and I don't know how I found it. I feel like, I don't remember how I found it. I feel like I would probably have to say this guy Kevin hooked me up with this shit. There was this guy Kevin, I was like 15, he was like 20 something. He was totally creeping on me, and he was like but he's harmless. Like, he was just like I was like, no, there's never any way. Like, he's not a threat. You know, yeah, he's creeping, but he's not an actual threat. So, and he also had access to anime, and he would lend me his fucking VHS tapes, and I would totally borrow those VHS tapes. And God, I was so bad. I was like having the worst time. Like, he was always like, give me my Evangelion tapes back, and I was like such a bitch. Like, I would keep forgetting to bring them. I was like such a cunt. Anyways, so he probably gave me this. I would have to imagine, because there was no other way to get it. I mean, it was like this wasn't on TV. This wasn't ever on, like, Cartoon Network or anything like that, you know? And so, anyways, so I watched this series called Utena, and I was just like, fuck, like, this girl's for me. She got pink hair. She dresses like a boy. She has a boy's uniform on, you know? She's athletic. And she wants to be a motherfucking prince, you know? She's like, fuck this princess bullshit. I don't want to be a prince. I don't want to be a princess. I want to be a prince. Okay? I want to be better than that. I want to be a fucking prince, you know? And I'm going to live by these fucking ideals, you know? Like, by this higher masculine kind of way of life, you know? Because she thinks that that's noble. And the reason, though, the big reason that she does that is because, hold on, we gotta flip this tape. We gotta flip this record. Hold on, guys. All right, hold on. I'm gonna drink this tea, too. I totally forgot about this. Okay. All right. No, just stop. There you go. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, hold on. Another sip of this tea. All right. And we're back. Okay, so you guys are really helping me here. I really need some help, like, hashing out my ideas, because I gotta write all this shit down. Where was I? Okay, so Utena. Okay, so when she was a girl, when she was a small girl, both of her parents died in an accident. She was orphaned, and she was dealing with a very large tragedy as a very young person. And dealing with realities of life that were just, like, really overwhelming to anybody. I mean, but especially to a child, you know? And she becomes depressed, and, like, she gets into a coffin besides her parents' coffins. And she's like, I'm just gonna stay in here and die. I don't have the will to keep going. Like, nothing, everything is gonna end. What's the point? Why bother? There's nothing eternal, you know? Everything just kind of sucks. And during that night, while she's in the coffin laying next to her dead parents in a church, a prince comes to her on a white horse. And he tells her that, you know, if she doesn't lose, he gives her this ring, and he gives her this ring right here, and tells her that if she doesn't lose her noble heart, that this ring will lead her to him one day, and that she'll see him again, you know. But he saved her from her grief. And at the beginning of Utena, like, you just see this, like, fairy tale story of, like, what happened. Like, oh, there was a princess, and then she was really sad, you know, and this prince came. And then throughout the series, you kind of find out, like, more about the actual reality of it. And, like, you think that, like, at the beginning, you're made to feel that the reason that she's become a prince is because she fell in love with this this sacred being. It was God that visited her. It was God. It was a reflection of God. Maybe not the God, but like a lesser version of him. His name is Dios. Like, for a long time, you think that, like, oh, she becomes a prince so that she can meet up with Dios again because he tells her not to lose her noble heart because she's just in love with him. And that's why she's doing all of this. It's just because she's in love with this guy. You know, like, all this playing the prince, it's all just for a guy. But then you find out later in the series, spoilers, you guys are going to fucking watch this. Spoilers. You find out later that the eternal thing that she is shown that night is not falling in love with the prince. The thing that she is shown that night is he shows her his sister, Anthe, the Rose Bride. And she is a girl, maybe a little bit older than Utena, maybe not, I don't know. And she is, like, crucified, like, on these, eviscerated by these fucking swords. I mean, these swords just, like, coming out of her, these barbs, you know, and just, like, through her chest. I mean, she's just strung up on these fucking swords. And she can't die. She's eternal. And, you know, he shows her something eternal, you know, and it is this girl, and she is suffering. And what she is shown is eternal suffering, you know. And seeing this takes her out of her own suffering. She forgets about her fucking parents. She's like, what? My parents died? What? Who cares? This girl's fucking, like, impaled on these spikes forever? Like, that's not right. We gotta do something about this. And then the dude is like, well, I can't do anything. I can't be her prince. Like, only a prince can maybe save her. And she's like, well, then I'll be the prince. I'll be the fucking prince, because this isn't right. And then he's like, maybe you can, you know, and lead, you know, your noble heart will lead you. And then you find out that, like, the whole thing really isn't about her finding her prince, even though originally that's all she remembers is the prince. That's all she remembers is, like, this romantic idea. But later on you find that, like, really the reason that she's done all of this is because she wanted to free this girl. And, like, Anthe is the Rose Bride, and the Rose Bride is, like, an archetype of the eternal feminine, like the pain and suffering of the eternal feminine. She's the archetypal, like, woman, you know, like, as, like, the eternal woman. And it's like her and her brother Akio, like, they're both, like, Indian and they have dots. So it's like, I don't know, they're like gods though. They're not real. They're not mortal beings. They play mortal beings in the show, but they reveal themselves. They're not really mortal beings. Like, this is like this is a cosmic drama that we're seeing here. The cosmic drama of, like, the fall of man. And how Dios, so this prince that she fell in love with, that she thinks that she's been coming after, even though she's really been trying to just save the princess the whole time. There's a version of him that is ethereal, that is supposedly in a castle, magic castle. It's, like, upside down in the sky. And the power of eternity and miracles is in there. And if you win these duels, you can get that at that thing. So if, you know, Utena wins all these duels, she could potentially have the power to be with Dios, be with God. But the thing is, so there is evil, like Dios's evil side, which is still him, but it's like him, like, he's not an ethereal being. He's a flesh and blood. He's not mortal, but he is flesh and blood. Like, he is on the material plane. Like, he's present in, like, the physical realm. And his name's Akio. And Akio is, like, a play on, like, the morning star, which is, like, a word, like, a name for Lucifer. And so, you know, you have this Luciferian character, Anthe's brother, big brother, who comes into play, you know, and he would have been Dios if he had not fallen, you know, but in his pride he fell, and then he lost his glory, and he's no longer sacred, and now he's stuck, you know, in this fucking material plane, and power is the only thing that matters to him, and he's corrupted by it, and he gets his sister to do whatever. I mean, like, he fucks his sister. Like, he's like, it's an incestuous relationship. Although, again, they're still supposed to be, like, archetypal, like, male and female. So it's like, it's cosmic. Brother and sister gods fuck all the time. Like, that's how mythologies just are. Because when you're the first man and the first woman, well, there's nobody else. first man and the woman are brother and sister, and by like they have to fuck, so like that's the deal. Although in this anime, it's never pornographic, it's never outright, it's always done like just very sensually, but like very not in your face. Like it's just so well done. Like all the sensuality in the show. I mean, there's a lot of fucked up shit that goes on in it. But anyways, yeah, like, so, and it's so funny. Okay, so Utena, she starts dueling, fucking gets the Rose Bride, and when you're engaged the Rose Bride, like, if people challenge you for her, because you want the power to revolutionize the world, if you're engaged to her, it's some vague shit. And, like, Utena doesn't want the power to revolutionize the world. She just wants to save this girl. Because, like, this girl, like, she's like, you can't be happy being the Rose Bride. This shit's bullshit. Like, what? Like, you're just supposed to be subservient to, like, whoever fucking owns you? Like, no. You know? And that really spoke to me, because, like, when I was growing up, I always felt like that. Like, I always felt like I was dealt, like, a shitty hand because I was born a female, you know? Because it's just like, wait, what? I just have to be subservient to these fucking idiots around me? Like, just because they have a dick? Like, these guys aren't smarter than me. Like, it's very rare that I meet somebody that I'm like, oh, wow, like, you really know you're more aware than I am. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm an asshole, but it's just like, it's just like, no, like, I can't. I've always struggled with the idea of that whole thing of being in a relationship, and as a woman you're supposed to be the subservient one, and they're supposed to be the one in power, and there's like this power dynamic that happens. And I never wanted to clean and just cook and just keep house and have babies. And I'm not saying that I don't want to do that at some point. Like I think very much about getting pregnant at some point, not right now, but like in the future. Like I see, like, it can be fucking cool, you know, it can be fucking cool. But I'm also, like, at the same time, like, disgusted and terrified and horrified, and, like, I like my life, and, you know, it's like your whole life is over. I mean, it's like, and it's also, but also the main thing is just like, do you have to pick between having a baby or having a career? Because that's a real question for women. And, like, it's a real question that I have to deal with, and it's a question that I've known I've had to deal with my whole life, and it's a question that I'm still dealing with. And it's like, I remember growing up just being like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to just do what everybody else does. You know, I don't want to just like, okay, you go, you fall in love, you get married, you have kids, and then you're just taking care of a family. You know, I feel like, I always felt like I had more to offer the world than that, because I felt like this was like me being misogynistic, but I felt like that was really mundane, you know, and it is mundane. It's like, it's true, but I didn't see like the beauty of it, because I think that it's like a sacred fucking duty. Like raising children and like managing a household is like fucking really difficult. Like it's really difficult. And if you can do that shit well, like you're a fucking badass bitch, you know? And like, and it's just, it is a sacred, amazing thing. Like I've come around to seeing like how cool it could be. Like I'm like, oh, okay. Like it doesn't have to be a nightmare. It doesn't have to be a prison, you know? Like it doesn't have to be a prison sentence. But then again though, it's just like, I'm not really built for that though either. I'm not like, again, because there's like, you know, the feminine side, the masculine side. I'm very like both. So I'm not really built, I don't fit in I'm not a round peg for a round hole. I don't fit in that shit. Like I don't fit in that. Like I don't fit anywhere though. I mean, it's like, it's not just that role. It's like a lot of roles. I fit in all the roles. Like I can play just about any role, but I can't do it all the time, and I can't be like pretend like that's like my whole thing now, you know? It's like, oh, I gotta play by these rules for forever. And Utena deals with that. Like this girl, this heroine, she deals with it. I mean, she's like, there's a part of her that wants to, like, because her parents died and she didn't have that, and like that love like was just snuffed out in her life. Like she's always been looking for that. Like that's what Dios represents. It's like the pure love of just like having someone that you know that will take care of you. Like someone will take care of you like a parent would, and they wouldn't betray you, you know, and they like, you just feel like the safety of a child, you know. It's like the thing that she lost when she was a kid. That's what she's been looking for ever since, you know. And I don't know, man. That's that's really heavy. There's just like so much stuff in this. It's like one of the best animes, I'm telling you. It's so fucking deep. It's so layered. I've been looking at it for like, I don't know, over 10 years now. I've been thinking about it, maybe like 15 years now, you know, and I still find new things about it. I still think new things about it every time. It's such an alchemical work. It's so special, and I'm really glad to have experienced it. And I'm really glad to have found it, because like it really helped me when I was a kid. Like it really helped me when I was growing up and I was like in high school and you're still going through puberty and you're just like, oh, everything sucks, you know, and like, and it's your parents are crazy and like everything's fucking crazy and you have no control over anything. You have no autonomy. You have no power over your own life, you know. I mean, you have some autonomy, but not like real, like you're a grown-up and you make your own decisions. Like you're beholden to all these other people's decisions above you, you know, and you don't necessarily like their decision making, but there's nothing you can do. I don't know, it was good. It was really good for me for that. And it was also just good. It was just nice to see a female character who was also very comfortable being masculine and wanted to do more than just be a princess. Like in the end, she didn't want to just be a princess for somebody. Like she wanted to fucking protect this girl, you know. And I think that really it's talking about like, there's a lot of like, you can infer a lot of lesbian stuff from the relationship between Utena and Anthe, but like it's not really like that. Like I'm not saying there is an essential aspect to it or of it at all, but it isn't like that. Like it's pure. It's like she really loves her, like as a friend, like, but really loves her and like wants to protect her, you know, like, and it's just like a real message, like the real revolution, like it's called Revolutionary Girl Utena. Like the real revolution is when girls stop messing around with these fuck boys and start helping one another, you know, like, and that's like the ultimate message of Utena. Is just like she's got to go through like two really hardcore fuck boys too. Like you have Toga, who's like Mr. Playboy president guy, and she like, he fucks with her, like, oh, he totally gets her, like, but she fucking keeps going, she doesn't stop, you know, and she learns from his bullshit. And then Akio's the ultimate fucking fuckboy. She's fucking Lucifer. Like, she's being seduced by Lucifer by the end. Like, she is literally seduced by, like, Lucifer. And she's got to deal with that fuckboy. And she does, you know? And, like, she goes past him, you know? And it's just, like, and she pays for it, though. It's not romantic, and it's not without a cost, and that she does have to sacrifice herself in the end. Like, there is a sacrifice that has to be made, and she has to do it, you know, for something greater than herself, you know, because she really loves someone more than herself, that she's willing to sacrifice herself willingly for them, you know, through the power of love and friendship. You know, it's just like, oh, so good, guys. So good. It's just so much to unpack. But it's like, how do you fit all that in a fucking little blurb essay? You know, it's just, I have so many feelings about it. So I'm trying to, like, collect all my feelings, my thoughts. And I've also had to just reload it in my brain, you know, like, I've had to reload it in my brain. But I was, like, kind of rereading the mangas and rewatching the movie and rewatching the series a little bit. Like, I watched like the last 4 episodes of the series. I rewatched the movie, and also there's a movie version of it, which is like fucking sick. It is so good. It's even weirder. Like, it's like, oh, like Ikuhara is like, people have called him the David Lynch of Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't give a fuck. Like, he just puts weird shit in there and, like, throws you off and, like, puts all sorts of just symbolism that can mean so many things. It's just, like, he really wants to spark your unconscious. You know? He really wants to spark your unconscious with all these images. And he doesn't ever explain his shit. He's not like, I'm here to tell you exactly what this means. It's like, no, like, it means whatever you need it to mean, you know? Like, I made this for you. I mean, yeah, I have my own meanings to it, but, like, no, I'm not gonna tell you. Like, Mickey has a stopwatch. Why the fuck does this guy have a stopwatch? Why is he always, and he stops on these different numbers, and it's like, what the fuck does this even mean? Somebody asked him about it, and he's like, it's the answer to everything. You know, he's being an asshole, just, like, trolling, you know, being like, his stopwatch. But it's like, he's not gonna fucking answer that question. It can mean a lot of different things, you know? It's like, it's a representation of time, you know? And stopping time, you know? Measuring time. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Yeah. I do. I just kind of rant. I don't read the thread. I just kind of rant. Sometimes I read the thread, but I'm ranting right now. Like, I didn't, like, you didn't call me. I called you, okay? And I need to tell you some stuff right now. Like, I don't, like, this is me time. So I'm venting to you guys. I need your help right now because I've got to write stuff, okay? And I'm talking so I can get it out, okay? Because who else am I going to talk to at 3 o'clock in the morning about Revolutionary Girl Utena? Who else? You tell me, pal, because I don't know them. Okay? Like, they're not here. You're here. So we're doing this. And don't complain. I don't want to hear it. But yeah. So I got to write those things. But I feel like talking to you now, this has been really good. And like, I'll sleep on it and my subconsciousness will crunch this information even more. And then I'll just like come up with some really solid thoughts on this. And so I'm supposed to write about Utena. I'm supposed to write about Evangelion. Stretch goal, Fooly Cooly. I would love to do Fooly Cooly as a stretch goal. It is another deconstructivist, surrealist, coming of age anime. In fact, it's like Gynex, who made Evangelion, like also made FLCL, or was one of the people who helped make FLCL. And I love Fooly Cooly. I did see that on Adult Swim, and I really liked it. I love Haruhara. I want to cosplay as that bitch. Like, I love her. I just, like, she makes me want to go find, like young boys and get a scooter and just, like, you know, like, start hitting young boys with guitars in the head while I'm on my scooter. It's so great. But yeah, that one's another one that that one was like really, I need to find out more about the director of that. I need to do some more research on FLCL. I've just been doing Eva and other research right now, but that one was really good. I really liked it. It's only six episodes. It's so succinct. It's really nice. And I think it's sweet. I think it's just like, Evangelion is for like emo teens, like if you're a really depressed boy and you're a depressed boy, then Evangelion's for you. If you are a weirdo girl who's both masculine and feminine and is struggling with those dualities in the society, even though I'm not struggling, everyone's around me struggling with my shit. It's like, what the fuck? Utena's for you. But for FLCL, I feel like FLCL is for like, I don't want to say E for everybody, but I think that it's a little bit of E for everybody. I think it has a much wider appeal. Like, it has a much wider appeal, even though it's still just as surreal in its own weird ways. It's less serious. It's more lighthearted. I like the lightheartedness of FLCL as compared to the other two. The other two are so heavy. They're so heavy. Like, they're jam-packed with symbolism. You just couldn't pack more fucking bullshit into these fucking animes. FLCL, like, there's a little bit of room to breathe. Like, they're having more fun with it. It's more lighthearted. It's like, and I just, I think it's great. I think it's great. So Naota is just so cute, and it's like, he's just trying so hard, you know, not to fall for these fuck girls. You know, it's like, he's got fuck girls in his life. Like, it's like, we talk about fuck boys all the time, but it's like, it's kind of has like this harem aspect to it, where, and this is like another part of like Bishoujo or Bishonen anime is like harem stuff, where there's like one boy and like all these different girls, you know. And this kind of plays on that. Naota, like, his big brother's ex-girlfriend is hanging on him and like kind of making out with him and shit. And then you have Haru comes to town and she's like starts living with him and it's just like constantly kind of prodding at him and like, you know, awakening some shit in this kid. Definitely awakening some shit in this kid. And then you also have this girl from school. I can't remember her name. Fuck. But then he's got a girl from school, you know, that he's like, oh, fuck you, you know. But it's like they both kind of like each other, even though they like are bitchy towards each other. And yeah, and I love the ending. Like, I love the ending where it's like, I don't know, he manifests this pirate fucking god named Adamus out of his head and becomes like imbued. Well, I guess it's kind of like Utena, because Utena becomes imbued a lot with like the Dios. The Dios force comes down from the castle and will imbue her with its force, and that's how she wins the duels, because she's like magically energized with this masculine energy. And in this, like, yeah, so he becomes imbued with this pirate king, and then Haru is like, no, I wanted you to manifest that so I can have it. It's for me, you know, like, I want to fucking have this power. And the kid's got that power. And then she's like trying to fight him. And then, like, I don't know, they're like, coming towards each other. And then he just stops. And like, he just like, the Pirate King stuff fades away. And he's just like, I love you. And like, goes to give her a kiss, you know? And it's like, he's like, I'm not going to fight you over this power. Like, I love you. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're the, like, best thing that's ever happened to me, you know? Like, And it's just like, it's so sweet. It's just like, I love it. I love it. Yeah. So, Asuka. Yeah, that's right. Asuka. What? Is her name Asuka? Isn't that also the girl from Evangelion? Am I fucking high right now? Or like, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Well, fuck. Hold on. My thing is coming. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. So I should probably start going to bed. My record's over. We listened to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and we also listened to me talk about anime and what I've been up to. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll let you guys get some words in another time, but I'm in a crisis mode. I don't have time for your problems. You're here to listen to my problems, okay? You're here to listen to my problems first, and then we'll fucking deal with your problems. Check out my fucking special if you haven't. My New Year's Eve special. I talk about a lot of movies. Shape of Water, Star Wars, Justice League, some other bullshit, Disaster Artist. And then also get ready for Watchmen Club. Watchmen Club is coming in February, so we're going to start on the 6th on Twitch. We're going to be live streaming, but we're going to start, you don't have to read anything yet. We're going to start with just like, I'm going to tell you about like context stuff, and then we'll do Q&A still though afterwards. But that's coming up. But if you didn't get a Watchmen box, that's okay, because we're going to have a Watchmen pack coming out where you can get everything without the book. Because I think a lot of you guys already have the comic book. So if you just want to buy like the sticker and the button and the fucking patch and the whole thing, we're going to make like a little pack that you can just buy, and then you can do that. So that'll be available pretty soon after we're done getting the Watchmen boxes out. That's in a few weeks that'll be dropping. So be on the lookout for that. And thank you guys for hanging out and listening to me talk about anime. You guys are the best. I love you, internet.